You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for our Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about Zac Stacy, the ex-NFL running back, played for the Rams, played for the Jets, played in the Alliance of American Football for the Memphis Express, running back who we all saw on that video where he come out and he threw his ex-girlfriend into a TV, beat her down pretty good. It was a really violent, brutal act by Zac Stacy. Became huge news for about a week. And she went out on Fox News and she has spoken out against Zac. The judge granted him bail, even though she begged the judge not to. I did go check the county. That was a Democratic county that, even though this was in Florida, it was a Democratic county where this case was going to. So let's get to that. She has come out. She's made some comments. She was on Fox News. And because we want to keep you guys up to date on this, Kristen Evans, the ex-girlfriend of former NFL running back Zac Stacy, an alleged victim of the horrific domestic incident, spoke out Thursday about the ordeal and what she's been going through. Evans appeared on America's Newsroom alongside her attorney, Thomas Federer, and told co-anchor Dana Perino she experienced an incident like the one captured on the released video before. She also said that in this particular case, she was trying to, quote, de-escalate the situation. There he is. There's his mugshot. A security video appeared to show Stacy, a 5'9", 216-pound former NFL player, toss Evans into a TV with their 5-month-old child strapped to a baby bouncy seat. The TV falls on Evans and narrowly lands on the baby. After he was arrested in Orlando, Stacy's bond was set at just $10,150. He was released from jail after posting bond and surrendering his passport. Evans said she was unable to be at the initial hearing. Quote, I think I was more concerned for my safety rather than the bail set. It was more of the sanctions that were not in place that I felt I wasn't safe. Evans told Perino in initial hearing, adding that she was also fearful of being retaliated against, essentially. At the second hearing on November 24th, Stacy's attorney, Thomas Luca, said the former running back planned to enter a mental health inpatient treatment center in Colorado starting December 1, and he planned to live at his mother's home in Alabama between Thanksgiving and December 1. Orange County Circuit Judge Mark Bleichman allowed Evans to be heard, but said Stacy's bond would not be increased. However, he did modify one condition and was barred from the state of Florida unless he has court there. Like if he gets mad, that's going to stop him. Okay. Federer said Thursday that Stacy was given a 5-year restraining order. Quote, yes, we did have that hearing yesterday, and effectively Zac Stacy was adjudicated to be domestically violent towards Kristen Evans. So that just an added layer of protection that we feel was beneficial for Kristen here as the victim or survivor of domestic violence. When we asked whether the law should be changed to help victims of domestic violence feel safer, Federer said he believed the law had already changed and cited the Marcy Act, or Marcy Law. I think they called that an act at one point. According to Ballotpedia, Marcy's Law provides crime victims, their families, and lawful representatives with specific rights, including the right to due process, to be treated with fairness and respect, the right to be free from intimidation, harassment, and abuse, a right to have the victim's welfare considered when setting bail, a right proceeding free from unreasonable delay, among others. Yeah, but when you set that kind of bail that low, I don't know how much you're taking that into account, it looks like. Federer added it was important for victims to have their voices heard and to be believed. Well, it's on video, so I don't know that she's going to have much problems actually proving this. Kristen Evans was a victim of a horrific violent act at the hands of an ex-NFL player. Even with that caught on video, her voice was effectively silenced, and she was not heard at the initial appearance. Quote, he was even allowed to be released before she had her day in court. Man, that's dangerous. Fortunately, that was remedied by the preceding judge, but we feel that's a probably, and that may be part of the systematic problem with why women and victims and survivors of domestic violence don't come forward. They need to know they can be respected and their voices will be heard. I think victims need to know they will be respected, and I think the word is getting out on Marsy's Law. If they don't feel, my page jumped on me, if they don't feel like they're getting the help and support they need from law enforcement community, they can now reach out to private attorneys to file motions on their behalf. They do have standings in court now in Florida to file those kinds of motions, and we will ensure and fight to make sure they're believed and their stories and voices are heard. Stacy, 30, is facing felony aggravated battery and criminal mischief charges and could face up to 15 years in prison. And I saw a lot of people when we started making these videos, well, this has got nothing to do with the NFL, but unfortunately the NFL's got a specific track record when it comes to either current players or former players in the league that are involved in incidents like this. And I understand these happen all the time, whether you're an NFL player or not. But there should be some kind of maybe a more stringent mental evaluation, maybe as you go from team to team. I don't know how they set that up. This is something, look, and the NFL could be more involved in these sort of things. Now, I understand in this specific case, he's an ex-NFL player. And the thing about it is, allegedly, I cannot imagine that something like, at least the aggression wasn't going on when he was playing in the league, because these guys have a certain amount of aggression anyway, beyond a lot of normal, everyday walking around folks, right? A produce manager is not going to have the same aggression as a running back in the NFL. That's just sort of par for the course. So while I don't blame the NFL could certainly be more public in how they try to either help these players or try to keep these incidents from happening. I mean, Greg Hardy, Ray Rice, very public incidents of involving aggression. Ray Rice didn't make it back in the league, but Greg Hardy did. Jerry Jones brought him back in, which is amazing, you know. And that's the other thing. The value on winning games is placed at a higher level than morality. I mean, let's just be real. We see that all the time in the NFL. A lot of sports. I'd love to see that particular aspect in sports change. Plain and simple, right? So that's where that stands. Evidently, until he goes into this mental health, and we're blaming everything on mental health now. Man, I'm just going to give you my 2 cents on that. He might have some problems like that, and that's great and all, but it's starting to feel like the mental health thing is a catch-all and an excuse, if I'm just being honest. It's like, well, let me knock some chick's head off her shoulders. I was having a bad mental health day. Man, get out of here with that bullshit. I'm sorry. Not a lot of sympathy here. None. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.